Greetings, Patrick here. Once again, it is time for Dollar Theater, the Voters Edition. So, we did something a little different. We put out some genres. We put out westerns, we put out cops and robbers, we put out comedy, and we put out a mystery genre. Which means that you guys picked, you guys left it up to me and the Cheetah to bring you something in a different genre. It looked pretty good for westerns there for a minute. I thought for sure we were going to be covering a western film. But then again, I realized that once I put that mystery genre in there, it's sort of almost like Cheetah's Choice. And we all know how that went before when you guys can vote for movies. I put the Cheetah's Choice on there, and it pretty much won about 80% of the times because obviously you trust the Cheetah when it comes down to picking entertainment. Well, I can't blame you for that. Paladin has a very sophisticated taste when it comes down to films, and it continues today. Because I asked him, "What are we gonna watch? What genre are we gonna watch?" Went downstairs and just walked around and looked at different boxes and whatnot, and I came up with this one. For the genre we're going to be talking about today is family. And overcoming, at least the best you can do. And so I picked 2018's The Miracle Season for us to look at and talk about today. That's right, women volleyball. But so much more than that. So much more. So The Miracle Season it's a story about a town in Iowa who high school volleyball team had won the state championship, and one of their best players was this young lady named Caroline Found, and she was, the team, the West High, is getting ready to, for the new season, and everything's looking really hopeful and everybody's really optimistic. And their leader definitely is Carolyn. And what really makes it even, more admirable is that this young lady, not only does she lead her team, she, they say that, this is based off a true story. She never met a person she didn't like. And she was very much loved in our community. And she was carrying all this, plus her mom was dying of cancer. She was in an advanced state. Her dad, played by William Hurt, he's a surgeon at the hospital. So, he's dealing with his wife being so sick, but he's got his daughter. And it shows the friendship between Carolyn and her best friend Kelly Flyer, and played by Erin Moriarty. Maybe you might know her from The Boys, where she played Annie January. And the young lady who played Carolyn is Danica Yarush, and she did a fantastic job. This whole cast did a great job. And of course, what happens is they have like a team party. It's almost like a pre-ritual party. They all meet over at Carolyn's house, just the girls, and they have a party of like a bonding. But her dad can't get the music, the stereo to work. So Carolyn brings in her car to provide the music. Unfortunately, the car battery goes dead. And so, but it's no big thing. Normally, next day just jump it. But unfortunately, because Carolyn's mom was so sick, she wanted to try to spend as much time as she could. So she took off on a moped that she borrowed at night. 17 years old, right? She borrowed the moped at night without any protection, without any helmet. And she just needed to see her mom, and unfortunately, she was killed. She was hit in an accident and killed, and so the team has to overcome this tremendous loss and it really affects Kelly because they're best friends, and now she's being asked to come in and try to not replace the irreplaceable, but be herself, but try to help this team out, because the girls are just devastated and they really don't want to play. And I could definitely understand that. In high school, we lost two people, two friends. I lost two friends in high school. One was and it affected the whole school. And so, I can understand that, if anybody's ever suffered a loss in high school, it affects kids tremendously. Of course, back then and here and now are two whole different animals when it comes down to, losing kids at high school. It's sort of interesting to think that you could lose one person at one high school, or one or two people at a high school, and it was cost so much. Now we can lose dozens and it barely break a sweat. But Kelly and the coach of the team, which is played by Helen Hunt, did a lovely job here playing Coach Brez, and she tries to bring the team together too. Kathy Bresnahan tries to bring the team together. She's a no nonsense coach. And man, Helen Hunt just ruled this role. Fantastic. Really, really. But Helen Hunt has been a national treasure for a long time now. She's just a great actress. And so, it shows the team trying to come together. And certain things people can't handle. Like her dad, her dad, Ernie found, he went from being prepared to lose his wife because she had advanced cancer to now not losing his daughter, and shortly after his wife, that he stayed with his nose above the water. I have to respect that. I have to admire that. And I think it helped him being a doctor. Like he could. But there was a scene in there where the pastor calls him up and tries to get him to come out to church, and I gotta tell you, I lost my shit when this happened during this scene, because the dad gets, Ernie gets on the phone and he goes, God hasn't been here lately, and yeah, I totally get that. It's like I just, and he hangs up the phone, rightfully so. I can understand that. It's an immense loss. How the hell does a mere mortal, overcome that? Well, they don't. They have to adapt it, and they have to try to to live with it. There's no moving on. It's just, you just have to live with it. There's no magic potion to make things all better. Well, anyway, the team underneath Kelly and Coach Brez has to find another setter, because that's what the role that Carolyn plays. So she has to find another setter. And the girls just don't want to play. They're just not there. The first game they come back, they get swept, and they're just devastated. And the coach, she knows that the best thing for them is to actually be playing, and so she continues to push them. And she asks Kelly to help out, and so she does. She becomes captain, and they rally. And they need 15 games. There's 15 games in their schedule. They need to win all 15 just to make the playoffs. But somehow, some way, they scrap together 15 wins, and they make the state. Now, whether they go there or where they go, do they go further than that? Well, you'll have to watch the movie. But I was really impressed with this film. This was directed by Sean McNamara. Sean Cunningham. Yeah, he would freak out if he saw a script like this. He'd be like, but Sean McNamara was the director, and I wonder if a horror director can actually do a family film. I know Fred Olen Ray has done some Hallmark movies, but I'm talking about someone who's strictly known for straight horror. I wonder if they could actually walk onto a set and direct this. That would be interesting. Um, and you know the father helps rally the team. You know, he gives encouragement to Kelly. During the season, headed into the playoffs, and and this cast is really really good. I mean, it's top to bottom. It's one of the best I've seen in a while, and the really thing is that there's no Hollywood tropes in this film. You know, there's no, oh brother, super sappy, soupy. There's none of that there. It's what they remembered. It's what happens. And you can see that the girls who they have self-doubts, they have concerns, they have pain, they have they're scared. There's players don't really want the ball hit to them because they don't want to mess it up, because we're all playing for Caroline. And here we are. If we do this and I mess up, I don't want to be the one to be messed up. It's a tremendous lot of pressure on the young teenagers. And another thing too, they're playing volleyball in Iowa. Iowa, that's a big sport in the Midwest. Nebraska, Wisconsin, Iowa. I mean, it's a big back there. If you doubt that, go look up some numbers. They've had over 90,000 fans watch a volleyball match in Nebraska. Women's volleyball, 90,000. In fact, I think it was more. I think they set the record for the biggest attendance. They even outdid the football team. It's big back there. It's not just a small school playing a volleyball match. It's high pressure. You got to be good. And when you lose one of your best players and then have to overcome the adversity, yeah, I thought everything went really well. I thought, as far as acting wise, I really enjoyed it. Good actors in here. Like I said, Helen Hunt, Erin Moriarty, Danica Yarush, who I've never met. I've never met her. I've never seen any of her work, but she really sparkled. William Hurt, of course, one of our favorite directors, me and the Cheetah. We're big William Hurt fans. We still miss him now. There's some other girls that have been popped up in here. Tara Scobie, she's a great actress too. I really enjoyed the actor who played the assistant coach. Very underrated role. Not one of those that if you really are a fan of acting, you would watch him and be impressed with his role. He played the assistant coach, and he also did a fantastic job as well. All right, that is it for the Miracle season. There are some extra features on this. This was released distributed by 20th Century Fox. It did okay at the box office for a film like this. It did about a little over $10 million, so it probably lost a little bit. But this is the type of movie that you watch it on TV and then you start looking for it. I got my copy at Family Video a long time ago, and yeah, this is the first time I watched it. You can get this movie here pretty much anywhere. You can get it at not Barnes and Noble, but probably Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, eBay. Pretty ready available if you want to get a copy of it. If you have a young family of teenagers, you look for something pretty wholesome to look at without being preachy. It's not preachy at all. You can't do much better than the Miracle season. And so that is my review. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting the sub button, hit the like button, and drop down in the comments what's your favorite sports movie. What's your favorite sports movie, whether it be something upbeat, like this, like a Miracle season, because whatever this movie is, it is upbeat. It is upbeat. It does, it does celebrate overcoming and overcoming adversity. I mean, it does celebrate that. But yeah, tell me in the comments below what's your favorite sports movie, and two, if anybody's still listening to this, would you want to do another mystery genre, or just stick with what we're doing with theme week or actor week or whatever? Let me know some ideas that you have that you'd like to see maybe tried out here on Voters Edition of Dollar Theater. Yeah, I'd like to hear what you have to say. Well, that's it for us. We're out of here. Thank you again, and we'll see you next Friday. Peace.